Hey guys, my name is Thana and welcome to my channel. If you think a Ferrari is defined by being red and having an Italian turbo engine, let me tell you this. This is the Maxus T60 4x4 and why this may be a Ferrari too. Let's have a look what's inside. What's there is going to shock you. Let's go guys. Welcome back. What is this to begin with? I mean, many of you may not even have heard the brand name of Maxus. In Malaysia, it's marketed as the Westa. Well, to begin with, it's a 4x4. As you can see, there is a pickup tray in the back and it's quite high. So it is a 4x4. But what's inside? Well, this is actually a creation from the SAIC Motor Company. It was used to be called the Shanghai Automobile Industrial Corporation, I believe, and it's a company which is quite big. It's one of the four largest state-owned vehicle companies in China, and I think they made like 6 million cars. They own brand names like MG, the Leyland Group, for example, the LDV brand name, and they are pretty big. And they've come up with this vehicle over here, which I think is pretty good. Tell you why. Let's flip around and see what's inside. Before we go inside, you can't stop by looking at the front here. The front is just menacing. I'm sure I'm going to get some hate mails over here, but if I were to cover the front here, and again, nice number there, if I were to cover the front there, and if I put a BMW logo there, let me stop here and put a logo there for BMW, this would pretty much be a BMW. That's how good the light looks. And it's not just looks. These lights are actually AF. They call it AFS. It stands for Active Front Lighting System. And what it means is, like any other modern Audi, BMW, Mercedes, the lights are active. As you go around corners, it will move along with you. I'll put the clip in here and show you how it actually moves at night. Yes, it's pretty cool. Next up, what do you have? Well, this is the luxury spec. So in Australia, where this car was first launched, yes, you heard it here, in Australia, SAIC did a very bold move. I mean, it was, I think, shown in the Guangzhou Motor Show in 2016. And in 2018, they brought this vehicle to Australia and New Zealand. They were the first market to receive this pickup truck. So, and I think like, if I was a company making pickup trucks, I would probably do the simplest things first, whereby I would probably bring it to Indonesia, Philippines, and try out that market because they're easier markets to enter. But no, they actually brought it to Australia and New Zealand, and the Aussies put it through hell. And it did fairly well there. This is a clip how it has gone through the terrains in Australia. So as you can see, it did hold its ground. And after a couple of years being there, last year actually, they brought it to Malaysia under the brand name of Westa. Now in Australia, they have two versions. They have the Pro and the Lux. The Pro being the version which is meant for the tradies. It's more hardcore, can carry more weight. It's got smaller wheels, smaller rims, so can carry more weight. These, however, in Malaysia, you get the more luxury spec, and that's what I'm saying. Wow, look at that. And yeah, 19-inch rim, and I was shocked to see they gave Continental Tires there. And not just any tires, these are the SUV tires from Conti. As you can see there, SUV, Conti. These are the Conti Sport Contact. These are extremely premium tires, guys. You know, at 255, 55, 19. These are extremely premium tires. I believe they are easily 1,000 ringgit each. And the rims, you know, if any of you buy this truck and don't want the rims tires, please sell to me. I'll buy off you for my truck, for road use anyway. And I was talking earlier about it being a Ferrari-like. Why is that? Well, it's the engine. The engine is what's interesting on this particular vehicle. The engine on this truck is a 2.8 VGT, which is a variable geometric turbocharger engine, and it was made by a company called VM Motori in Italy. So they are a company in Italy which designs diesel engine trucks or diesel engines, And yeah, it has a VM Motori engine from Italy. That's pretty much a Ferrari, big engine. 2.8 actually, quite a big engine there. And the gearbox is from a company called Punch Auto from Belgium. So you've got a very much European stuff going on there. You know, Belgium gearbox, Italian engine. So the drivetrain is very much European, and the inside is pretty sweet. You know, and you figure, well, will this have the issues of being Italian? No. I mean, so far from what I've seen in reviews in Australia, it's pretty reliable. There's not much issues there. People who bought in Australia feel that it's quite, it's pretty reliable. And the fact that the cost, you know, you can't get away from cost these days, because cost is what comes to the ultimate answer. Should I buy because it's cheap, or should I buy because it's quality? But even if it's quality, I want a lower cost, and this is a bargain because at $99,000, so this is kind of full spec, and a full spec version of a truck. So if you think about the Tritons and the Fords and all the cars out there, I think the Ford XLT is about 120. This is about 100,000 ringgit, and I think even then the specs on this car, this pickup truck, is actually far better than what's in the XLT. For example, think about this. Well, you have, for example, you have first of all the engine, which is a very large capacity engine. Some people actually prefer that. By the way, it's a 160 horsepower engine with 360 newton meter of torque. It's got folding what do you call this, side mirrors. As you can see, if I unlock, it folds out. Yep. Okay. Yep. And inside is a treat. You know, I don't know about you, but this interior cockpit to me feels more like a sedan than a pickup truck. And this is, I think, a game changer, because if this is what China is producing, if China is producing these kind of quality of interiors, and as well as, I mean, they're not high quality in terms of leather and soft finish. It's not soft material, but the looks and design and what they can do for this money, if this is what they can do, I think the competition has it for them. Because for this, at this price, you know, think about this. Let me get inside and show you inside what we have. To start the car, it's a push start system. Yes, no keys, push start.
Listen to radio anytime.
Sorry about that. Okay. Now, so that rain sense on. Yes, it has rain sensors for its wipers. It gets better. It's got TPMS built into the rims. Yes. Okay. And obviously it has all the modern maintenance like any other normal car. Trip sensors, trip meters. Fuel economy. Now, I know they say it's a 8.2 to 9 point something, 9.6 on the paper, but we've managed to get 10.7 to 10.8 liters per 100 km, which is pretty good. What else we have? Full fuel range, speed. So yeah, so it's a pretty modern looking cluster here. No complaints there. And this, you get a 10-inch. Yes, you get a 10-inch display screen. Now, for the first time ever, for this review, I actually brought, I don't know why, I actually brought a tape measure, you know, something else. But if you can see here, to show you, yep, it's a 10-inch display screen. So yeah, it's pretty big, you know, and it's quite nice because it's not only a infotainment system to show you like your media and your radio. No. See that? This is the climate control, and also to turn this down, it actually is linked to your air conditioning temperature there. Okay, it's linked to your all the blowers and all that stuff. So yeah, it is actually a fully integrated system. Even when you're going to go back to home, for example, go to car, you got stuff like, you know, what's your current mileage, your interval service. It tells you things like I saw earlier, like the vehicle pressure. It tells you your next, sorry, let's get the temperature down a bit. Okay, so car, it tells you your next oil change, when is the oil filter change, your pollen change, pollen filter change, air filter. So yeah, it has the full record for service just here itself, which I thought was pretty cool. I haven't seen cars which actually tells you part by part what is to be serviced. The Android Auto on this car, Well, it has Android Auto and CarPlay, but it requires root access to your phone. So you got to download one app separate to Android Auto, and you got to make sure your Android Auto is, your phone is set to root access. Only then you can use it. I haven't had much luck because I'm not going to use this car after one day. But yeah, it has Android Auto, but it's a bit fidgety. Other than that, if you see here, it has traction control off. Hill descent, guys, hill descent. For a car in this category, it has hill descent. And this is the AFS. So AFS, as I told you before, this is the active lights. As you go in corners like a Mazda or a BMW, it'll actually track your journey and will move the lights to follow with you. Pretty impressive, sweet stuff there. It's got the eco and power button. I tried them, but I don't think the difference is actually much. But yeah, there is an eco and power button. And I think this makes sense more if you have a load and you can pulling through. One thing I don't like about this truck though is this thing here, the glove compartment. It's very small. If you think it's stuck here, it's not stuck. That is it. That is the maximum amount of space it'll open up. And I'll show you in inches because you know what? Today I happen to have a tape meter here. Yeah, that's it. 3 inches. 3 inches is what you get to put stuff in. Extremely small space, guys, over here. But other than that, going around, it's fine. As you can see, I got a bottle there. No problem whatsoever. The door bins are also pretty large because you see it begins all the way here and ends all the way there. It's a full door cut. Very good. And yeah, it feels enough. It feels sufficient. It feels fine. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel worse than a Hilux or worse than Ranger. It feels sufficient. And which is why this is a very important question, a very important issue, because if China can make cars of this quality, same as the X70, what can be the future be for the cars? And I'll talk to you about that shortly because there is something amazing happening in Maxus in China itself. Down here you have your 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, high and low, and obviously the gear change. The gear shift knob is actually quite nice, quite chunky, and does pretty well. Now, what I found very interesting and I was hyper about was this. I'll show you the back. Yep. As you can see here, the back space. It's huge, guys. It is huge. Look at me. That was me sitting in front there, and this is me behind. It is huge. You know what? I've got a tape measure today. When I use it, okay, so let me change hand again. Ouch. Okay, so again, that's me there. It's my leg there, and I'm not guessing this time around. It's 7 inches, guys. 7 inches of space from me, for my leg room, from me to the front. The top, what do I have? I've got another 7 inch of headroom. So yeah, 7 inches the top and the front. Very spacious. Leg room, look at that. My leg goes underneath very easily. You know, it's very comfortable. And even the center tunnel over here, it isn't a high tunnel. You know, you do get these aircon blowers. One complaint was my daughter tells me that they don't blow very hard, and they're right, because for some reason they don't blow very hard in the back. Maybe the setting is there, but I don't know, I just feel that they are not very strong. You've got your lighter signal over here, and yeah, it's a nice cabin space. The side bins, the side door cut, sorry, not bins, blah. Okay, you got this kind of a chrome and piano black finish. Again, pretty nice. So overall, the moral of the story from this truck is it's nice. Everything about the truck is adequate, sufficient, large, spacious. If this was sold under any other brand name, I think it will sell very well. But the fact it's a China product, it's Maxus, Vesta, and it's not a Ford or a Isuzu, is the issue. But we got to think about this. What is the factor of reliability abroad? Well, you know about Australia. In Australia, this is sold as the LDV, not the Maxus. And in Thailand, our neighboring country, this is expensive. This is sold as the MG in Thailand, MG T60, and they're doing pretty well. In fact, more on that. Last year, they announced the new at Maxus in Thailand, which is the MG T70. This is the 60, the 70. Now that one has got a 2-liter engine with 160 horsepower and 375 Nm torque. So it's more power, more torque, smaller engine, and in countries where they have Euro 6 standard, they have a twin turbo engine also, which has got 200 horsepower. So the engine is fantastic, lots of power, and that vehicle, the T70, hear me out. That car, T70, is exactly like the X70, the proto X70, because it has got voice navigation. It's got, you can say, hi Maxus, open the door, unlock the door. It can do things like, increase temperature, lower temperature, play a song, streaming audio. All the good stuff that we know and hear from X70 is there on the T70. And also it has got projector headlamps. This one has got the active, I think it's like xenon headlamps. But the thing is, even this as a product at a $9,000 value proposition, it's a pretty good deal. But the issue is, as a trucker myself, I am very brand loyal. I like my Ford, so I will buy a Ford. The guys buying a Navara, they'll buy a Navara. Those who having a Isuzu, they will swear by Isuzu. It's a very brand conscious environment, and the market which is not brand conscious are the commercial aspect of it. Because on commercial aspect, you look at what's cheapest and you buy that. This unfortunately isn't a commercial vehicle, because as you can see over here, this is a lifestyle 4x4. It's got 19-inch rims. It's too pretty. It's got lower load capacity. The other version, which is the Pro version, which is not the Lux version, which has got lesser specs, that can haul 1,000 or 1 ton of load. This only does 850 kilograms. The other version in Australia, which is a lower spec version, does I believe 800 millimeter of wading capacity to river. Well, this is only 550 wading capacity, because this is a more luxury spec. The shocks and absorbers are tuned to be more comfortable. They're not the hardcore version of things. Thus, it's more costlier. By being costlier, you lose a lot of the off-road capabilities, because this is a lifestyle vehicle. Will this fare well in Malaysia? I don't know, and I think it'll be hard for now. There may be people who are buying this because, you know what, it's a good-looking truck. For 100k, you get all the bells and whistles. You even get that sport bar, the sport thing, the back there. You have that. It's got roof rails. Let me just show you the back over here very quickly. Yeah, it even comes with the roof rails. It even comes with this bar over here. And yeah, it's fine. I mean, for all intent and purposes, it's fine. A lot of features thrown in, but I wouldn't use it as a commercial vehicle, because it's just too nice to use for commercial purposes. Maybe as a florist, I may use it, but not a very hardcore vehicle, because it's the trim level, but who knows, go and check it out. You may like it like I have. The ride quality is quite good on 90-inch on the tires, which are fantastic. If you like to hear more about this, tell me what you want to hear about the Maxus. I'll be doing a follow-up video on this, about the ride quality, about what I think of it compared to the other cars or SUVs in this vehicle, or P4x4 in the vehicle, and let's see. So guys, I hope you found this segment useful. If you like what you see and hear, please help me by going there and hitting the like button and subscribe to my channel. That'll mean the world to me. Till next time, go out there and have a little more fun.